Hey guys, so this is here bringing you another video and welcome to another episode of Challenger Spectate. So this is where we look at the top of EU West, have a little look of like what people are doing on specific champions and maybe learn a thing or two. So today we're going on the Inescapable. He is currently rank 2 on EU West and he's playing Sylas. And this game, you know, it's not a spoiler that most of these games, the person that we're looking at does well. Because these episodes are supposed to look how they do that. How are they doing well? What do they do? Is there something special about it? Or are they just outplaying others? Also worth noting, people in the game. So Fnatic Bwipo is in the top lane. Dan, who's Misfits, I guess, is in the jungle. So there's maybe a few people that you can recognize in the game, obviously being a high challenger EU West game. And obviously there's also a Yuumi on the enemy team, so a high challenger Yuumi game. You can see how a Yuumi does in this environment and see if they do well. Which again, I still don't think Yuumi is a solo queue AD carry. I'm sure there is many AD carry players that don't feel comfortable playing with a Yuumi. That's like, I don't want you to be on me permanently, meaning that I'm only getting focused. That's annoying. So, we're playing, we're not playing, we're watching a Sylas, and he's against a Neeko, with Glacial, by the way. So it's a Glacial Augment Neeko build, which you shouldn't be too surprised about, because obviously he's a melee champion, technically, and Glacial Augment, the slow build, is good versus melee champions. He missed his first little farm there, he's missing another farm in the melee area, so, you know, the challenger mid laners are not immortal to also missing farm. So taking E level 1, which is what you should be doing on Sylas, again, already getting poked a little bit, which he's got to just accept at the moment. You can see his starting out is a corrupting potion for sustain, and he is just backing way out. Like, he has no interest on getting poked. And he's trying to keep the lane not pushing, the Neeko's pushing slightly, like very slightly, 1 mini or so ahead. So he doesn't want it to crash on his tower because he'd lose some farm. But obviously Neeko's got, you could say, quite a lot more pushing power than Sylas in the early game, as long as Sylas doesn't want to take a lot of damage. You know, Sylas can do a lot of AoE. You can see he walks in to do stuff, he gets instantly poked out, and that's what this guy is probably trying to avoid. He's also running the Conqueror build, by the way, which does involve quite a lot of healing, and the teleport, which I guess, you know, you're going to get poked out, so why not take teleport? His options for stealing this game, he's got great options for Sylas, and again, I've been even thinking about picking up Sylas recently for mid lane. I actually think he's quite a good solo queue pick in some instances. Meanwhile, First Blood comes in on enemy team gets it, but the Severe does die. So, you know, Kai'Sa stays around, so she will be continuing to farm, but the enemy Vi is there. Sylas getting poked out by quite a bit now. Because you have to remember, with Glacial, the auto attacks that when they're proccing the slow are also doing slows and damage in that instance as well. I wouldn't, you know, be surprised if he goes back pretty damn soon, because yeah, he's just taking way too much damage. And again, remember, this game, he does well eventually. So from watching this right now, does it look like he's going to do well? Well, just look at the farm at the bottom. The Neeko, for how much he's poking, she's not ahead in farm. Like, she's spending, that's a bad route. For how much she's poking, she's not getting all the farm that she possibly can. So after this is complete, this Sylas actually is technically, wait for it, 5 farm ahead. He's nearly a wave ahead in farm due to the Neeko, you could say, like, pressuring him too much. So he is trying to cancel her base right now because obviously she's and this is when Sylas can gain a little bit of an advantage. You can see perfect combos for his passive intertwined with his auto attack there, the auto attack passive. After using ability, you get the big AoE whoosh. So if you do it very quick, auto attacking in between each, you get a lot of AoE damage. Invade potentially, he doesn't get knocked up by the Vi. The Vi doesn't have flash, but he does decide to back out. Early control ward there. And again, he's now 7 farm ahead, and Neeko is now finally basing, which will give an even bigger lead of farm to the Sylas. So again, for high challenger, this is kind of interesting. The Neeko, you could actually say, is misplayed. Like, sure, poking a melee champion is important, but never sacrifice your farm for doing so. And she is considerably far behind in farm now. And he's crashed it onto her tower, so she's actually missing this farm. Meanwhile, a attempted tower dive by the looks of it that's gone pretty bad, so that's not great there. Item-wise, he's combining the Dark Seal with the Corrupting Potion, which is the only time that I would ever buy Dark Seal, by the way, is when you're combining it with a Corrupting, because again, its inherent passive is 25% healing from potions, and to me that's only really worth getting if you're going to get the big corrupting potion. You know what I meant. Right, so he is obviously over 10 farm ahead, continuing the farm. What I'd be interested to look for, again, with me maybe looking to play Sylas in the upcoming weeks, when does he start going aggressive? You know, is it going to be a moment that he hits 6 and then he starts going aggressive? Is it going to be a mistake by the enemy team? Is he going to play passive and then he just finds opportunities? That's kind of what I'm looking for in this game, because so far there's not been any aggression from him, mainly I think because he will get punished being a melee champion. So a bit of aggression, he is getting it. That is the correct Nico, by the way. Lee Sin lands his Q. Nico really close to dead. Nice, clean Lee Sin. Nico is dead. And she did use her flash. So, yeah, great play. Again, that was a dead Nico without Sylas using his flash, without Lee Sin using his flash. That was just all round nice and really clean. So that's going to extend the farm lead now to 20, and potentially a tower plate. Vi is in the area, so Sylas has got to dodge it. So he's just going. He does get the tower plate, which you could say is a little bit greedy, but worth definitely. He no risk of dying so far, and he does pick up 160 bonus gold. He's staying mid lane. He's farming, and he also has opted, which is interesting to me. He's opted to choose the Vi ultimate over the Nico ultimate, because obviously his direct opponent, he could just steal that easily. He's not doing that. Meanwhile, the Renekton, again, a little bit of aggression play happening up in top lane. And again, that's Fnatic Bwipo. That's a top lane LEC player. So, you know, solo queue's different to pro play after all. Also, these two must have role swapped, so there we go. So in bot lane, just as a general thing, this bot lane is winning in farm, at least. Mid lane is definitely winning for the Sylas. Jungle, it's about even. You know, the Vi is, well, maybe slight advantage to the Vi. Disconnected, instant reconnected by the Nico, however, so no big deal. And top lane, the Renekton is definitely slightly behind. Gold-wise of mid lane, he is 800 gold ahead, which might be the biggest difference in the game right now. So Nico is heading her way back to mid. Vi is going to cover it, which again is part of solo queue. Even in Challenger, people disconnect. Again, when you're playing in a home environment, missing a cannon minion is now the Nico as well. When you're in a home environment, there's outliers that you can't control. The power goes out. You've got bad internet. Your sister or brother in another room starts to download. You know, that's just the way that it is. And again, people have said to me, what do I think of the TF Blades type of climb? Again, I've given my opinion about the differences of the servers in a different video, but I've also, what I maybe should have mentioned, meanwhile Riven gets shut down, what I should have mentioned, Vi ultimate, sorry, we'll continue point in a second. Nico ultimate now going off. Remember, she doesn't have flash. Will he be able to continue? Doesn't look like it. Does skip by the Q and then dies. And again, that's because he just didn't, the Nico did not run away in time. So this side is very aggressive when he wants to be. So we are starting to kind of get an image of he can just go aggro when a mistake occurs. When he especially hits that Q, which he is maxing, by the way, everybody. He's not maxing W, he's not maxing, he's maxing the Q. Then he'll look for an aggro play. But like I was saying about the TF Blade play, obviously it's incredibly impressive for him to come on a different server and get rank 1 within a few weeks. Stupidly impressive, but don't forget the environment for him was perfect. That is something definitely people should consider. A normal, like one of these normal EUS players, a lot of them probably have the skill to do what he did, but they don't have the environment to do what he did. Again, not taking away a fantastic solo queue player, but when you're getting sent over by Team Liquid, you're being put up into a really nice apartment. Your job is literally to play 20 plus games a day, and you're making money from that. The environment is perfect. Meanwhile, Nautilus coming for a gank, and boom, instant kill. Not a kill for Sylas though, but a kill for Naut. He also, just as you can see, manages to steal the Nico ultimate just before she manages or dies. So now he has an ultimate. Nautilus going aggressive with his ultimate, nearly getting in there. I liked the idea, but it was just a bit preemptive. Now Vi re-engaging was a bit interesting to me. I don't know if that's the best idea. Lee Sin, however, doing the dragon, finishes it off, and Riven, as you can see, is roaming down. You know, 9 minutes in the game, a roaming Riven, which is something that you don't normally see. But you're seeing it probably because, you know, the Bwipo probably thinks that they need to do something, otherwise this game is getting away from them, and they've got teleport, so they can always teleport back to top lane. If we actually look what's going on, doesn't look to be going that good for the enemy team. Lee Sin going to be finishing off the kill with the Kai'Sa. Vi does manage to pick up the Lee Sin. There's a tower play happening here. Let's see what we can do. Teleport coming in by the Renekton. They should be trying to keep the enemy team here. Sylas don't know where he is at the moment. Nico's coming over. Oh, Sylas is in the mix, sorry. He was the teleport, not the Renekton. Oh, wow. I thought the Renekton was definitely good hook by Nautilus, but it does potentially bait them into death. It does bait them into death. And then there's the Riven teleport right at the end. So in this whole instance, 4 people dead, triple kill for Vi. He didn't move. Again, I think another LEC player, one LEC player was there twice. Riven went there, died, then teleported back there. And the Renekton was just not interested. So that is kind of crazy to me. Again, not, you know, specifically about the Sylas that we're kind of focusing on this episode. But that is crazy. Like, I don't think he's even going to kill the tower. He's going to get 4 plates. And he will get credit for that because he attacked it within, I think it's the last 15 seconds. But yeah, wow. So build-wide, Luden's Echo on Sylas. So the one thing with Sylas, I'd say, since his release, he has evolved drastic amounts. There's been builds with him, like rushing the auto-attack items, like a Revolver and Lich Bane. There's been a tank build with him with Aftershock. And now he's kind of settled, I think, more or less on the Conqueror AP Mage build. It does seem it's his strongest. He's looking for aggro there. You can see the Q's doing a decent damage. If that E hit, that Nico would have died. And you also, one thing, notice, and what I always saw, like, not as good Sylas's do, watch his Q, that he's not always aiming the Q at the peak. So many Sylases I don't even think know. Anyway, he's going aggressive on the Vi, misses his E, unfortunately misses his E. But yeah, so many Sylases just hit their Q, and all the time the explosion, they're hitting it at the edge. You can bring that explosion forwards. Wherever the 2 X's meet, that's where the explosion happens. But again, so far, I'm sure many would agree, this Sylas has played quite clean. You know, he's 40 CS ahead, but he is missing a lot. There's a lot of E's that he's missing, the chains that he's missing. And again, this is high challenger, EU West. Anyway, going to be a walking double kill potentially here. 1 kill, now the Nico is completely screwed, most likely, and they will go down. But yeah, this is challenger, and people miss stuff. So again, don't be too hard on yourself if you're an average league player. And you're like, oh, I missed that, whatever. And you're in silver or gold or even plat or even diamond, you know, when challenger people are missing, it's okay for you to miss too. And again, no matter what server you're on, remember that this is EU West challenger too. You know, the likes of Tia Flade and Dom and all them has come over have said that EU West challenger, meanwhile a great aggro play happening, double ultimate maybe. EU West challenger is roughly 400 LP ahead of NA. So this should be really good quality, but mistakes happen. So Sylas does go down, double kill for the enemy team. Again, I think the Sylas he's very aggressive in his playstyle, and it's either going to be a big payoff or he'll get punished for it, and that's just the way that it is. And also, Riven gets a solo kill on Renekton. And if you remember the way that climbing works, if you are a very aggro player, and it only works 55% of the time, you know. 45% of the time you feed like crazy, but 55% of the time, meanwhile, Lisa getting dove gets like basically one shot. 55% of the time it works. You know, your aggressive playstyle works, you get fed, you win the game. If you've got a 55% win rate, you'll continue climbing. You'll just keep going up. You will, if you maintain a 55% win rate and you play a lot of games, you'll end up in Challenger. Like, that's just the way that it will work. So that's a lot of the time what people are. They're very aggressive, and if it works more often than not, it's worth in ranks, technically. So yeah. Right, so he's pushing in. Again, he is very close nearing the double CS mark. Well, ish. If he gets a couple side lanes here or there, he is roaming down bot lane. Again, Nico might be pushing a luck here. I'm guessing, I don't know what the interaction is like. He does steal the severe ultimate. Again, really nice E there. Nico and whatever, Yumi, again, walking double kill. She's going to probably end up dying as well. Boom. Nico's now find a way in. Weird play happening at the moment, but Nico should die. Big damage. Sylas not going to go pure aggressive. Maybe he will now. Another E miss. Again, a lot of E's being missed, but you know, you miss every shot that you... Wow. Crazy aggro. Wouldn't be surprised if Whippo tries to cancel that. He's not going for it. Wow, okay. They are probably going to stick around for the tower. So what this Sylas is doing, and I'm actually very happy that we're watching this guy, it's not clean. Or it is clean, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means. He misses more than half of his chain E's. But He's aggressive when it matters. And again, sometimes in this game, it's hurt him. But 2 times, he just instantly killed that Nico by doing flash plays. Flash W, boom, they're dead. Flash W, auto attack, instantaneous damage. Looking for it constantly, which is good. Again, if you're not looking for those plays, they're not going to happen. You know, again, I think I literally just said it. You miss every single shot you don't take. So he's taking a lot of shots, and some of those are working. And again, it's working relatively well. But it's still a lot of misses that are happening, but I think that's just part of, especially Sylas. But that's part of any kind of like CC chainy skill shot champion. You know, you're playing Nidalee, you're going to miss 90% of your spears easily. Dragon is being taken, by the way. No, nothing by the enemy team. You know, nothing by red team to try and stop that. Sylas just doing his blue buff. And probably going to return to mid lane, I would imagine. So in this game, which ultimate do I think that Sylas should be focusing on stealing? Obviously, Nico ultimate is good. Vi ultimate if he wants to kill one person. Severe ultimate if he wants to help his team more. If his team is fed, Severe ultimate's great. Yuumi ultimate might be the one. With his AP scaling, he might turn Yuumi's ultimate into actually a big damage ability. So he does get Yuumi's ultimate. Aggressive play happening here. Nico maybe going aggressive, maybe not. So he does use his ultimate. That does look like it's a waste, however. He's now going to move his way into the enemy backline. Gets 1 kill. Enemy team potentially caught out if they're not careful. Renekton with the flank underneath. Nico going for an ultimate all in. Sylas not dying with his W healing. Picks up another kill. So there you go. Everything is just nice and clean. Well, now he's not risking too much. The enemy team risked everything there, and they didn't even have Riven. So again, this is a bit of an odd challenge game, but I'm pretty happy with watching it because it's pointing out that things aren't perfect at all. But the game's still quite close. If you look at the gold at the top, there's only a 2,000 gold lead right now in 17 minutes. That's quite a close game. If you're spreading that gold lead, you know, among 5 people. You know, the biggest gold lead I'd imagine is mid lane. So it was Sylas 9.2, Nico 5.3. Again, I don't know who this Nico is. Imp Gene Pol. If I had to predict, they don't seem comfortable in the mid lane, you know, decision making and not expecting the aggression from Sylas in some places. It wouldn't surprise me if they weren't a mid lane main or they don't play Nico at least. And I would imagine this guy who plays Sylas definitely is a mid lane main because he knows when to be aggressive. And, you know, the times that he's been aggressive and died, they aren't necessarily mistakes. That's just when his aggression was miscalculated of someone else being there. His aggression is calculated into the enemy being alone, and they're not always alone. One shots to Nico. Wow, that was a very clean combo. He did everything perfect there. Again, stealing the ultimate just in case he needed it, but it's also a great defensive tool. Teleport, let's just follow what he's going to be doing. Enemy team may be getting caught out here. So Yuumi's being attached to a Riven. He is going to find a Severe in the back line. He now found a Riven. He's going to go for an ultimate play, forcing the Riven to go the other way. Yuumi's separating for some reason. Don't know why you do that when danger is right around. Enemy team really close to death. Sylas with the E doesn't actually manage to hit it, unfortunately. Vi in the area. They got to be careful. E, and then boom, dead, and then there's your double kill. Boom, double kill. Then Vi getting caught by the Nautilus. Renekton finally managing to come over and do some stuff. He needs the W or the hook. Wow, Vi gets her Q stopped by the Nautilus. Really bad timing to use her Q. I think it does get a partial cost reset, but she will go down in the end. Sylas maybe looking for another all-in, doesn't get it. So again, he's now got 25 stacks of Medjais, ladies and gentlemen. Kills her before it could even get the ultimate off. Holy moly. So again, this to me has come out of not nowhere, you know, the fedness. But remember, in the early stages of this game, he was getting bullied, you know, quite hard, getting poked. But remember, the thing that kept happening was he was farming. You know, he was just kind of going, right, poke me, go ahead. Riven coming in, ultimate by, or Severe's ultimate use. Yuumi, maybe he's going to get caught out. He's going to try run away again. They've got Severe ultimate, so they do have quite a lot of movement speed. And he is going to make his way out. Riven is going to continue, though. The Yuumi Q actually hit, by the way. Renekton flashing over into the Dragon Pit. The Bwippo really wants this Sylas. Lee Sin, kicks her into the wall, and Sylas is going to make his exit. Again, Nico disconnecting again. You never know, maybe the Nico was flashing. There's your walking double kill. Sylas actually ninjas it with the Proto Belt. But yeah, maybe the Nico was lagging. Maybe that's what was it. But there you go. That is the game. So again, it's... why I like this game was it wasn't obvious of like the early game made him fed. You know, it was calculated aggression, and he did get punished for that aggression 2 times. But he played really aggressive, and you're only going to get that by doing aggressive plays. He's been probably playing League for a few years and playing aggressive, and he knows Sylas's damage. You know, when he was going for those flash Ws, he did them because he know he could. So again, that's what champion knowledge gives you. So I really enjoyed this, and again, I am thinking about picking up Sylas. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Sylas is a cool champion? Do you think his mid lane is his best role? I personally think mid lane is his best role. I know some people are still holding on to his top lane ability. I don't think his top's that good. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on the video, throw a comment. I'll see you guys next time.